Reddit video. This user here says, how would the public react if they saw two Spider-Men fighting? That's an interesting question to ask. I can guarantee you that J. Jonah Jameson is going to have an absolute field day. First of all, when he sees Symbiote Peter wreaking some havoc. But second of all, if he sees that two Spider-Man are duking it out in the streets of New York, man, J. Jonah Jameson is going to have a lot to work with. As just a general note, I'll reiterate that I am very much looking forward to seeing what JJ is going to be doing in this game. He's running the Daily Bugle now. MJ's still working there, so there might be a bit of a clash. All that I'm hoping for is that there are a bunch of scenes or just in general cutscenes where we're going to be able to interact with J. Jonah in the game in person. Okay, this here is a great post that I wanted to go over. 5 things that I want Insomniac to include from the amazing Spider-Man games. Number 1 being momentum while web shooting, and of course they provided this clip here. I couldn't agree more. I'm not the biggest fan of the idea that while you're web swinging, if you want to do something to any of the enemies that are in the air with you when you're web shooting, you just kind of stop in midair. I think the amazing Spider-Man games nailed it. I mean, look at the way that he still got that forward momentum while shooting the webs. The second point that they had here was web zipping to walls and keeping momentum. So essentially doing like a perch launch, but off of a wall. I think that's great as well. The third point here is to hit the thumbs up button on this video, but actually it is for more environment throwable animations. And of course they provided this example here of Spider-Man grabbing this giant dumpster and dropping it on these enemies. Yeah, that would be cool, but I'm not yearning for this. This user also asked for rescue missions. They say that they technically already have rescue missions, but you know what I mean. Saving people from a burning building or picking people up and taking injured people to the hospital. Again, this would be something that's cool. It could be fun for us to be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man in this way, but it's not something I'm dying to do. I don't think this necessarily improves the game in any way. It's just added content that I wouldn't mind seeing. This is another big one. Slingshot while web swinging. I really hope this is in Marvel Spider-Man 2, but I'll be honest, I don't think it's going to be. I have a feeling that slingshots are only going to be specific to certain parts of the map that have those two poles lined up together. And I don't think I'm going to mind that too much. You know, we're just going to have to memorize exactly where those slingshot points are around the map and utilize them as much as possible. But it would be cool if, like in the Amazing Spider-Man game, you can just go ahead and do a slingshot wherever you are, so long as you have 2 walls on your left and your right. And then for an honorable mention, they say that they want a vermin boss battle. Yeah, I don't know if I care for that. I just think it's interesting to note that there were so many great ideas that they implemented into those Amazing Spider-Man movie tie-in games that Insomniac could definitely take notes on. And I also think do much better than they were in the tie-in game. Was trying to find this location from the story trailer. This is the closest I could get. Okay, they're saying here that this new building Harry is standing on seems to be a little taller. And yeah, it looks like they pretty much found exactly where Harry is standing in the story trailer for Marvel Spider-Man 2, and from what we can tell here, that's a new building. If you want to check it out for yourself, this is apparently the exact location that this user here found that spot. And that's very interesting to me because that could mean that not only are we going to be getting new explorable areas in Marvel Spider-Man 2 with Brooklyn, Queens, as well as the Emily May Foundation and Coney Island, but there also might be some changes, some new things added to the Manhattan part of the open world. I'm very excited to explore, but not as excited as I am to get into the sponsor of today's video. Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. If you want to get inspired, if you want to learn some new skills that you can put to work in impactful ways, Skillshare is the place to go. It's an online learning community with thousands of online classes and plenty of members that are going to be able to teach you some new skills. You can learn a variety of things such as illustration, graphics design, film and animation, marketing, productivity, and so much more. Whether it's wanting to learn the basics of watercolor painting or want to start up your own creative business, Skillshare has the tools to get you from beginner to pro. What's great too is that Skillshare isn't strictly just for recreational stuff. Want to level up your career or start a new side hustle? Skillshare's got classes in freelancing, entrepreneurship, marketing, and so much more. I know for me, I'm very interested in Marquez Brownlee's class about YouTube success in terms of script, shoot, and editing. You know, there's a lot that I feel like I can learn there and potentially even apply to my videos for you guys. The best part of this all right now is that Skillshare is offering up 1 free month for the first 1,000 people that click the link in the description box below. So get on it and check out Skillshare. I'd like to thank Skillshare for being the sponsor of today's video. Okay, here we go. This user writes here, aren't we forgetting about someone? I know we have been speculating on the upcoming villains a lot, but I have yet to see someone address the fact that the Green Goblin is on his way to New York in Spider-Man 2. I'm excited for this one. I I don't think Green Goblin's coming to Spider-Man 2. They have these images here of Norman, you know, with the green lighting on him from the post-credit scene of Spider-Man PS4, and then a bunch of Easter eggs that we did see in that game. Yes, they're definitely hinting that the Green Goblin is on his way, and that's something that we're going to be reaching at some point in the future. But as I have said in several videos, I don't think that's for Spider-Man 2. That is definitely something that they're playing the long game on, and we're gonna see it in Marvel Spider-Man 3. It is cool though that we basically have pumpkin bombs and as well some ideas of what the Green Goblin suit could look like. And this user posted saying, why is there already a prototype of the Goblin helmet, a sketch for the glider, and the pumpkin bombs? Well, you know why. They're setting up the Green Goblin. I'm willing to bet a good amount of money that the post-credit scene of Marvel Spider-Man 2 is gonna have something to do with Green Goblin. I just don't think that we should expect anything for Green Goblin within the actual base game of Spider-Man 2. If that happens, I feel like it's going to be a little too bloated, because between Kraven and Venom, Lizard, you know, Yuri being Wraith now, and who knows what other villains are going to pop up, there's already a lot in this game. Ooh, this is a good one. This person here asked, do you think that there will be different air tricks when using the web wings? I absolutely do. The air tricks in Spider-Man Miles Morales were so much fun. It added a ton to the gameplay, and I'd have to imagine that there's going to be some unique animations when trying to do an air trick out of the web wings and then into a web swing. I can't wait to get my hands on this game just to see all that in action. I see this tweet brought up like every other week. Yes, a couple of years back, Insomniac tweeted, who said Gwen Stacy is dead in our universe? They've hinted clearly that Gwen Stacy exists in the Marvel Spider-Man universe in some way. And I think that that's just a good idea. You know, they don't want to outright say that she's dead. They definitely didn't hint that that happened, considering, you know, the Green Goblin doesn't exist yet. Whether or not they'll do something like turning her into the Ghost Spider so that we can have 3 Spider people for Marvel Spider-Man 3, I don't know. I have a feeling that Gwen Stacy will be introduced actually in Marvel Spider-Man 2. I just think she's going to play a minor supporting role and maybe have a bigger supporting role in Marvel Spider-Man 3. We'll just have to wait and see. But yes, okay, we've seen this tweet, all right? We've talked about it many times. What we haven't talked enough about right now is the fact that 65% of you guys aren't currently subscribed, so change that. Turn on those notifications as well while you're at it so you don't miss out on future Spider-Man 2 videos. Okay, let's see here. My must-have suits for Marvel Spider-Man 2. Do you agree? I already agree on choice number 1. I definitely agree on choice number 2. Number 3 here, Spider-Man Unlimited. Yep, I'd be very down for that. Okay, you know, the Across the Spider-Verse suit. Yes, that's one I would like to see as well, and I think this one's a surefire bet. Raimi's symbiote suit is an obvious choice also. I mean, everybody wants this, and we're all just crossing our fingers that there's going to be alternate symbiote suits that we can choose from. This is Miles, I believe, in his new Iron Spider suit. I really dig the design here, and I'm hoping that we see it show up in Marvel Spider-Man 2. I mean, Miles doesn't have a ton of alternate suits to choose from, so it's great that he's getting new ones in the comics that they can translate into these games. 10th anniversary suit for Miles, a must-have, and I think has a really good chance to show up in the game. I think that Red Spectre suit that's in the Digital Deluxe Edition kind of hints that this suit's going to be in the game, actually. Superior Spider-Man, another great pick. And then finally, yes, Earth 42 Miles Morales, the Prowler Miles Morales from Across the Spider-Verse. Give me that. That was still one of the best twists that I've seen in a long time, and man, the design is so sick. And I think that's a good place to end here. Let me now kick it to you guys. Sound off with your thoughts in the comment section below. First of all, do you think that they're definitely going to be setting up Green Goblin for Marvel Spider-Man 3? And do you agree with this post here from Deadeye_1712 about these must-have suits for Marvel Spider-Man 2? I've been Caboose, and I'll see you guys later.